So Tim, what made you instigate the decision, shall we say, to look at having solar?
Cost of energy. And the cost of energy in the UK has obviously been massively inflated in 22. That was the first thing that actually pushed me towards looking at the solar system and trying to reduce the overall costs.
Brilliant. So how did you come across Renewafuel? How did you navigate the minefield, shall we say, of all these renewable installers that are out there and direct yourself to ourselves?
So it was a recommendation, first and foremost, but I did my due diligence, went out and spoke to a number of firms after speaking with Renewafuel for an initial quote. Looked around, spoke to numerous installers to try and get a feel for what they were delivering, and came back to Renewafuel in the end, just purely because they were more trustworthy, in my opinion, based upon the other installers that I'd been speaking to.
What separated Renewafuel from a trustworthy, as you've just said, aspect to the other installers that came out to see you?
Well, firstly, reviews.
Okay.
That's one of the first key points there. Joining forums and speaking to individuals who'd had similar systems run by the other companies that I'd been looking at the time. But also because when you were speaking and you were trying to get ideas on the quotes, is actually having detail around what you're actually getting, and that detail wasn't necessarily always there. With Renewafuel it was. Once I'd agreed to go, once I'd made my mind up to go with Renewafuel, I was very happy because it was very quick. I was given my quote, we put a date in place, that date was upheld. You got all the scaffold up a couple of days prior to that. Everything was just nice and easy, free flowing.
Okay.
No problems at all. Swiftly put together. It was nice and easy. Everything cleaned up behind them when the installers left.
Yeah.
It was just fantastic.
So would it be fair to say that you'd recommend Renewafuel after being referred by a friend to go to Renewafuel? Would it be something that you would happily sit back and say, do you know what, if you want solar, if you want the right journey, the right product, that's where you need to go?
Yeah, I've actually recommended Renewafuel already.
Okay.
To several friends, family, just on the basis of the service that I've received and in the way that I wanted.
Okay.
I think when I was looking around and just speaking to others who had installs fitted, there were all sorts of stories about delivery dates slipping, sometimes in numerous occasions, products not being what were originally built for, often of a lower quality. And that's one of the key parts for me is that give me a quote, tell me what you're actually going to fit it on the day that you tell me you're going to fit it. It's as simple as that.
Are you happy with that system?
Yeah, very much so. It does exactly what I expected it to have done. I actually got more usable electricity earlier on in the year than I anticipated. I wasn't looking at anything beyond late April, early May. We were getting usable power from early February.
Okay.
So that started to reduce the bills. In fact, the bills actually halved almost straight away at the end of the first.
So you could say most people ask a question of how quickly am I actually going to see a difference within my expenditure, my outlay to my energy bills. Would it be fair to say then, Tim, in your experience, that it is fair to say that it is pretty much instantaneous?
Absolutely, without a doubt. Like I say, it halved in the first month. Now that we're just past June, we're actually more than covering our bills and the gas as well.
Okay.
So the export is actually covering everything and leaving a surplus left over for the rest of the year.